Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and many people want to know how the weather is looking. I talk one-on-one with ABC News 4 and Fox 24 meteorologist Sonya Stevens for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Meteorologist Sonya Stevens, welcome back to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thanks for having me, Quintin.
Oh, you're very welcome. Obviously, you all are extremely busy because tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and a lot of people want to know exactly how the weather will be. What's your forward forecast for tomorrow?
Oh, man. Forward forecast. Warm with isolated showers.
Ew. And when exactly will we see these showers, and in what particular areas?
Well, it's hard to tell exactly because the front is going to be weakening as it heads in our direction. It looks like probably afternoon might be the favored time, but this front, kind of hard to pinpoint exactly. But I would say, yeah, probably the best chance would come probably after lunchtime into the afternoon. But go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
But, the good news with this front is that, earlier in the week, it was looking a lot wetter, even going back to last weekend. So it's really been weakening. So that's why we've been able to drop rain chances heading into Turkey Day tomorrow.
And with that weakening front, will the warm temperatures be consistent?
Yeah. So last time I checked, we were 76 this afternoon. That will probably be right around our high for today, our official high. And then tomorrow, we're actually forecasting around 78.
And 78, how long will that stretch on until next week?
Yeah, so we're still going to be in the 70s into early next week. So what's going to happen, Quintin, that front's going to, as it approaches from the west, it's going to weaken. Again, we're going to see a few showers. Kind of hard to pinpoint exactly, but like I said, we'll kind of favor later in the day for that best chance for a few showers. And then with that front stalling nearby, we'll have to hang on to some low rain chances, but we're going to have to wait and see exactly where the front stalls because south of the front is where you're going to have more moisture. So again, if that front stalls right along the coast, the rain, which there's not going to be a whole lot, will be offshore. But if the front stalls maybe closer to Interstate 95, then areas, say Charleston, Somerville, Moncks Corner could see a couple showers. But bottom line, we're not looking for a whole lot of rain, but just when the front stalls nearby, you have to hang on to some low rain chances. And then a stronger system heads our way Sunday into Monday. So that's when we'll bump those rain chances back up. And then, Quintin, you're not going to like this, but we've got a big cool down coming next week. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it.
I was supposed to take my big coat over to East Bay Cleaners to get it dried and everything. So I got to do that Friday.
There you go. As long as you have it back by Tuesday, you'll be good.
Oh, great. And you talk obviously about those low rain chances that we'll have tomorrow. What exactly is the wettest Thanksgiving that you know of here in Charleston?
So let me think. The wettest, I know we had 0.7 of an inch of rain. I've got that number right in front of me. Let me see what year it was. Okay. But I know it was 0.7 of an inch of rain. And I do remember the warmest being 81 degrees.
Oh.
Yeah, so, we're going to be up in that ballpark tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
All right, so forgive me. I'm just going to look this up.
Okay, sure. Take your time.
I should have had this ready to go, but I do have it ready to go. I just need to look it up. And then the coldest, and again, that would have been the low that we would have seen on Thanksgiving. All right, let me see, because I posted it yesterday. Oh, man. All right, hang on. I got
take
it.
your time.
Here we go. All right, so the wettest was 1961. And I did have the 0.7 of an inch of rain right. I did remember that. Okay, Quintin, you want to guess the coldest we were ever on Thanksgiving Day? Now, that was the low, but still.
1981?
Not too far off, 1970. Wow. How cold do you think we got?
Probably 35.
28. Yeah. And then that warmest was not too long ago. It was 10 years ago. We hit 81 back in 2010.
Wow. And what will be the lowest temperature going into Thanksgiving tomorrow?
Going into Thanksgiving tomorrow, we're actually going to start very mild. We'll be running in the low 60s.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's good for running
Yeah.
because that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Run tomorrow before I do Thanksgiving.
There you go. There you go. So you can eat more later, right?
Exactly right. And you talk about chances. How are the tropics? Do we have any chance of any tropical development? Not that we want any, but just to keep people
Right.
informed.
Right. Right, absolutely. We have to watch it each and every day. So we do have an area, and we've been watching this area. It's south of Bermuda right now, and it's kind of been meandering around. It's kind of gotten picked up by some fronts, but it looks at this point like instead of moving northeast, it could maybe head south. Chances very low for any kind of development, and if it was any kind of development, it'd be subtropical. So, but again, we're really not worried about that, and the National Hurricane Center doesn't have anything else that they're monitoring at this point. So, the official end of hurricane season is the 30th. So what is that, Monday?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed.
So fingers crossed we don't have anything else. The last storm we had was Iota. So hopefully that's as far as we make it into the Greek alphabet.
And obviously, the hurricane season began, I believe, June 1st. What's the biggest difference between then and right now when you think of this active hurricane season that we've had?
Well, the biggest difference is that the water is warmer. Because you think about, okay, so when we're talking about ocean water and warming up, let's think about we've got a bathtub versus a pool, right? What's going to warm up quicker if you're trying to warm up a bathtub of water or a pool of water, right? It's going to take longer to warm up the pool because it's more water. So you think about it, in May, the water is still warming up. That's why not as many people go swimming in, say, May than they do in July, August, right? Because the water is warmer. And while that's not the only ingredient, we know that's one of the main ingredients to see tropical development. So, the water is a lot warmer than it was back in May. But then at the tail end of the season, again, it's not the warmest it's been all season either. Just warmer compared to when we started. But, there's just a lot of other things that go into the tropics, El Nino, La Nina, wind shear, right? We have to have there's a lot of things that play into it. And we're just not looking at a lot of those ingredients coming together right now. And again, things generally quiet down as you head into really kind of after mid-October. They really kind of start to calm down. So we don't really see a lot of development typically in November. So it's not unusual, but given how active it's been this year, we will take that it's quiet right now.
Thank God for that. And you talk about October. How many named storms that actually formed in September?
Oh, now I know we've had. See, you're always putting me on the spot like this. So how many named storms did we have in September?
Yes, ma'am.
Woo!
I'm sorry.
See, I don't keep stats like that in my head, Quintin.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. Let's see here. Using the old Google. What did we do before Google?
Right.
But while I'm looking this up, we can talk about,
Sure.
We have set so many records this year. It's just incredible how many records we've set this hurricane season.
Right.
And the National Hurricane Centers, ended up coming out with a lot, and they're going to come out with their complete report. They'll come out with a lot of those stats, a lot of those numbers. They've been pumping them out throughout the season.
Okay.
But they're going to come out with a lot more of those once the season officially ends. And then they'll do more reports later on, and they'll come out with more reports closer to the end of the year and into January. But yeah, this is just hands down been a record-breaking season. We have never made it that far in the Greek alphabet.
Right.
The last time we've gone into the Greek alphabet was 2005. So again, a lot of records being set. All right, I'm trying to pull up this because see, they all run together, All right, let's see here. So September. I may have to get you this stat later.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. And
What else you got for me?
well, I know you talked about La Nina. Is that really helping us this time around? As far as keeping it warm, relatively warm?
When you have El Nino, so that creates more wind shear. So that's when we typically don't have as many storms. But La Nina is the opposite of that. So again, La Nina can play into us having more storms in the Atlantic. But it's really when you're talking tropics, it's often a combination of ingredients coming together. You know, it can be La Nina, it can be warmer than normal ocean water temperatures. It can be less wind shear. You know, it can just be a combination of things.
Wow. And obviously, after we all get done with eating our turkey and ham and stuffing and macaroni and cheese, people might want to go and walk it off on the bridge or go for a run or, tango out where I was yesterday. What can we expect for Black Friday as far as your forecast?
Okay, so again, depending on exactly where the front stalls, but either way, I think we'll see the possibility of a few showers. And temperature-wise, we're going to see exactly what we did before the front moved in. We're going to see those highs again in the upper 70s. I think we're going to start out first thing Friday, again, very mild in the lower 60s. So temperature-wise, really rain chance-wise, we're not going to see a whole lot of difference between Thanksgiving and Black Friday.
Oh, great. Well, meteorologist Sonya Stevens and the person behind you, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thanks, Quintin. Happy Thanksgiving.
Likewise.